tomorrow. We are going to be celebrating today, and today's theme will be to learn more about Juneteenth, which just yesterday, President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris attended a signing ceremony where they signed a bill, a law that creates Juneteenth as a federal holiday. So we're going to talk today about what that means, the commemoration of the ending of slavery in the United States, and what that means for back then, but also what it means for today, as we still are trying to make sure that all people are free and can achieve their potential. So that's the theme of today. It's also Father's Day weekend coming up, and I have 4 beautiful, wonderful children, so I don't know what they have in store for me, so I'm excited about that, but we will see. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and to everyone in your life that is a father, either biologically or because just how they love you, and I have a lot of those type of fathers as well. So good to see everyone. Welcome back. And it's cool to be doing a live story time again. We haven't done those in a while, so hopefully you're keeping up with us. As always, you can always write me a message and we will get back to you and say hi that way as well. So we're only going to do one book today because it's Juneteenth, and the book is going to be a Juneteenth book. And it's going to be on the computer today, which will be another cool feature of what we're doing. And it is called Juneteenth for Maisy, and it's by Floyd Cooper is the book today. And so before we get into that, we are going to sing our welcome song. All right, here we go. How's it go? Who remembers? We clap and say hello. We clap and say hello. With our friends at story time, we clap and sing hello. We wave and sing hello. We wave and sing hello. With our friends at story time, we wave and sing hello. And then we get a deep voice on Juneteenth, and we stomp and sing hello. We stomp and sing hello. With our friends at story time, we stomp and sing hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. All right. And my kids could run in at any moment, which is cool, totally cool for story time. So just always be prepared for that. All right, here we go. Let's read our book. All right. Juneteenth for Maisy by Floyd Cooper. You see she's looking up into the sky there. Maisy wants to play outside, but it's too late. It's getting dark. Maisy, it's time to stay inside. Maisy wants a cookie, but it's time for bed. Not now, little one. It's too close to bedtime. Maisy wants to stay up late, but she is too little. Bedtime is the rule, sweet girl. Why so grumpy, Sugar Bear? Asked Dad. I can't go where I want, have what I want, or do what I want, answers Maisy. Well, tomorrow you can have a celebration, says Dad. What are we celebrating? Asks Maisy. We will celebrate the day your great-great-grandpa, Maisy, crossed into liberty. The day will be celebrated by us and many more families on a day we call Juneteenth. Dad lifts Maisy into his arms. I bet you're tired of hearing no all the time. Well, great-great-great-grandpa Maisy heard no even more. Grandpa Maisy worked in the fields that stretched all the way to sunset. He and the other slaves would be bone tired, but they had to keep going. Their masters wouldn't let them quit. But as they worked, they thought about freedom. You see this picture of this little boy who's picking cotton. And before they finally went to sleep at night, they prayed about freedom and made plans for change and a better future. Some slaves ran north to freedom, following a bright star in the sky. You all remember in an earlier story time, we read a book about Harriet Tubman, who's from Maryland and who led many, many people into freedom out of slavery from Maryland up through the north into Canada. That's the journey they're talking about here. Very dangerous one. They sweat, they bled, and they cried till those cries were quieted by a single proclamation from a brave president. Grandpa Maisy heard that proclamation read from the balcony of the hotel on that warm June day in Galveston, Texas. Grandpa Maisy heard nothing but cheers, saw nothing but happiness, and felt nothing but pride shared by all those around him. The cheers became dancing, the dancing became celebrating, and it went on into the night. So that president was Abraham Lincoln, and he was the general was reading the Emancipation Proclamation, which freed all enslaved people, Black people in this country. Grandpa Maisy and the others had found freedom. They continued to work, but this time they were paid for their hard work. So they worked and they saved, and they never forgot the moment they heard, the moment that changed their lives forever. But things weren't perfect. Black people still struggled to stand shoulder to shoulder with white people. They still weren't treated as equals. They still aren't treated as equals. It wasn't easy, but they never gave up. And every year on Juneteenth, they remembered. They marched for jobs. They lobbied for schools and the right to vote. They shouted for opportunity. And every year on Juneteenth, they celebrated and remembered. They learned and they grew. They forgave. They excelled and achieved. They became heroes. Who do you think that is right there? It kind of looks like Barack Obama, our first Black president, right? Who I used to work for. Now, sweet Maisy, it's your turn to celebrate, just like great-great-great-grandpa Maisy. They're at the cookout, which I'll be at tomorrow, and so many of us will be at, celebrating Juneteenth. Everyone should celebrate tomorrow. It's your turn, Maisy, to eat some barbecue and to drink some strawberry pop. It's your turn to celebrate and to remember. On June 19th, 1865, soldiers arrived in Galveston, Texas, announcing the end of the Civil War and the end of slavery in the United States. It was more than 2.5 years after President Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation, celebrated every year on June 19th, and now a federal holiday. Juneteenth commemorates the announcement of the abolition of slavery and the emancipation of African American citizens throughout the entire United States. And that's what we celebrate tomorrow, and remember how important freedom is for everybody. Yay! They've been doing that in Texas, celebrating Juneteenth in Texas since the year after slavery ended. And now it will be a holiday for everyone in the United States. So now you know what it's about. When you hear Juneteenth, that's what it meant. And this book was written by a gentleman whose family actually could trace their roots back to Galveston, Texas, when that initial announcement was made, when those final enslaved individuals, African Americans in Texas, who hadn't heard for over 2 years that they were free, actually got the news. Think about that. It's like winning the lottery, but you don't hear for 2 years. You don't know. And so it's a really important day for our country, particularly for Black Americans. And we should all celebrate because we all deserve to be free, no matter where we're from, and where we come from, and what we look like. So that's Juneteenth. So happy Juneteenth. Happy Father's Day. And I hope if you're celebrating, if you're not vaccinated, get vaccinated. If you're going to be around a crowd of folks who not sure, we still recommend wearing your face covering. But because we've done so well, 75% of our residents over 12 have been vaccinated, the highest percentage of any county with over 300,000 residents in the country. There are no longer any restrictions. Our libraries are open. 14 of our 21 public libraries are open. The other 15 are open. The other 6 will open on July 6th, just after the July 4th holiday. I'm going to be commemorating that because on that day, we're going to do our 100th episode of Storytime. If you remember, last March of 2020, over a year ago, I started doing these virtual story times because our libraries unfortunately had to close in person, and we couldn't have the fun story times that my kids and so many of you have participated in. And so we've come full circle, gone through a lot of a really tough year, but we did this and we stuck with you. And I said I would do story time until all of our libraries reopened, and that happens on July 6th, 2021, and we're going to celebrate that it happens to be our 100th episode on that day. So next week, I'm going to do 2 episodes on Wednesday and on Friday, because this is our 95th episode. And so we'll do 96 and 97 next week. And then the following week, we'll do 98 and 99. So we'll do 2 episodes for the next 2 weeks, each 2 episodes a week for the next 2 weeks. And then on Tuesday, July 6th, we're going to do our 100th episode. So make sure to tune in. We're going to do it in person. We have some stuff that we're going to be announcing. So we'll be talking to you all about that soon next week. I'm going to remind you every story time that we have left. And don't worry, even after the 100th, I'll come back every now and then and do a story time. But we're really excited about the progress we've made. Hope you have a great summer. School just ended yesterday for so many of you that go to MCPS, and for others, ended the week before if you go to a private school. You still have to learn. We're still going to make sure that we catch up and do fun, enriching things. Also go to the pool and do stuff like that too. That'll be fun. And eat some ice cream. Got to eat ice cream during the summer. So anyway, good to see everybody. I'll see you next week. We're going to do Wednesday and Friday of next week. And have a safe and a great weekend. And happy Juneteenth, happy Father's Day. With that, we'll sing our goodbye song. We clap and sing goodbye. We clap and sing goodbye. With our friends at story time, we clap and sing goodbye. We wave and sing goodbye. We wave and sing goodbye. With our friends at story time, we wave and sing goodbye. See you guys next week.